Brody on the line, I'm tapping in. God out here pulling the strings for me.
What's going on, everybody? So yesterday I observed something. I was out doing some pulls, and for the first time since owning this car, I saw not black smoke, but blue smoke coming out of the exhaust. Under wide open throttle. I'm talking, when it hits VTEC. So I did some research and I came up with a couple of things. A couple of reasons this could be happening. The first one being the piston rings. That shouldn't be an issue. The previous owner, Alex, he did this build, basically, this swap. And at one point, he tore down the engine because it spun a bearing due to, I think it was just insufficient oil pressure or something like that. But basically, he tore down the engine and he had those piston rings replaced with brand new rings, had them gapped, everything. So that should be squared away. The build right here has probably less than 800 miles on it. So that shouldn't be an issue. The second reason I came up with is a bad PCV valve. And basically, on the H motor, this guy right here, this is half of a PCV valve. Someone already kind of tore it off right here. As you can see, it's kind of chewed up. But yeah, this is the valve itself, and then usually it has a line going to the intake manifold to, I guess it just recirculates all the pressure from the crankcase. So yeah, I read up on that, and it said it could be your PCV valve that's seized and it's not working properly anymore. So earlier this morning, I already took this out, but for the video's sake, I kind of put it in halfway so I could show you guys how I did it. I just got some pliers right here and just kind of pulled up on it like so, and it should just come out real easy like that. And hopefully you guys can see how chewed up that is right there. I also read that if you, let me get the new valve that I just got right here. So this is the new guy. So basically, if you shake the valve itself and you kind of hear something rattling around in there, then the valve is good. So if I go ahead and shake this, I don't know if you can hear that. There's definitely something moving around in there. So this should be good. It better be. It's brand new. So if I shake this one, the old valve that I just pulled off of here, nothing. So whatever mechanism in there is, it's obviously seized. So I don't think it's letting any of the gases out. So hopefully that's the reason why I saw that smoke coming out of the exhaust under heavy load. So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and I'll get this new one swapped in there. It's just a matter of popping it in. And I also got this Spectre AutoZone Special breather filter that I'm going to go ahead and put on. It's basically this thing right here. So it's going to look the same, but it'll be sticking out this way. So I'll go ahead and get that installed. Alright, so let me do a little test fit. Okay, so I thought that might be the case. So it looks like this breather filter right here, it's going to be moving around. So I had a hunch and I went ahead and I got some of this plumber's tape right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and just wrap some plumber's tape around it. Like I'm not even trying to be neat with it. Just trying to get it on there. Okay, let's see if this makes a difference. Whoa. Yeah, that it does. Alright, cool. So now that should be a good tight fit. right there. And yeah, it's pretty snug. That along with this little mini coupler tightened up, it should be Gucci. Okay, hopefully that won't be a clearance issue. But alright, cool. So I'm gonna go get a screwdriver right quick, and I'm gonna get that tightened up. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on there. Super easy. Literally just popping that in. Yep, she's in there good. There you have it. I'm hoping that's gonna help with the crankcase pressure. Just like a little, you know, quick fix, but it was really something that I was supposed to get around to doing a long time ago. Where's that old piece? That old valve. Here it is. So yeah, all that soot in there. This guy's seen better days, and you know what? I think whoever did this, they just got like some scissors or something and just popped it off right there, along with the line, and then just left it. Yeah. That guy's moving around a little bit, but okay. I mean, I'm only going to really be able to tell if this works if I take the car out and I do some pulls. And I don't know if I want to go ahead and take the car out today. I might. It's not like it's raining out there or anything, but cool. There's that. Alright, so just a quick recap of what I did. I went ahead and pulled out the old PCV valve, which I'm pretty sure was seized and no good, and I replaced it with a new valve that I got from Advanced Auto, along with a breather filter. The breather filter didn't really fit on that well to the valve itself, so I got some plumber's tape and I wrapped the stem of the valve to kind of just sticken it a little bit, and now it's on there pretty snug. Tightened up that little coupler, and yeah, she should be good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta check the oil real quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a startup and then make sure everything's all buttoned up and G. That fresh oil. Fresh oil. Gosh, it's such a current space over here. Well, I think all is good. Yeah, she's not going anywhere. So that literally was like one of the easiest installs. I mean, even if it doesn't solve the whole blue smoke out of the exhaust, burning oil or whatever, it was something that needed to be done that I was kind of just neglecting for a while. But that's just one less thing that I have to do now. I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to take the bumper off and I'm going to loosen up the alternator bracket and then pull the belt off and clean the pulley, the alternator pulley, because I did a alternator belt swap yesterday because my old belt was really stretched and it was squealing like crazy. Now it doesn't squeal anymore, which is good, but I can kind of still hear it chirping here and there. And on the previous belt, I was spraying it with WD-40 as like a quick fix to stop squealing, and that's what you don't want to do, because WD-40 on a belt like that, they just don't mix. Basically, it's just going to end up cracking and splitting prematurely, and you're going to have a bunch of WD-40 on the the pulleys themselves, which I think is the problem why it's still kind of squeaking here and there. And you don't want that, because then your belt's just going to slip and you're going to your car's going to run like crap. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I shall take you along. So this is basically the routine right here whenever I'm working on the car, is since this is like a really small 2-car garage, I have a real limited amount of space to work with, but I kind of just pull the e-brake and back the car out a little bit, and that in turn gives me some room to work with in the front. That space. It's not much, but it's honest work. So I'll go ahead and cut those zip ties right there. Zip tie life. No shame in the game. You know how we do. Perfect. Oh, this is always a feat right here. Try my best not to scratch this bumper, but I have scratched it many times. Oh yeah, this is my janky Home Depot special right here. It's basically HVAC tubing that I picked up for like, I think it was 12 bucks, and I bent it up from the front of the car through this opening in the engine bay, and basically I just want to direct cold air into the engine bay, because previous to this my half intake right here is just pulling in hot air, and we all know that that doesn't help performance. So yeah, I went ahead and did that. I used this like 3M sticky mounting thing with a zip tie on this side, and then I have another 2 zip ties over here wrapped in to the chassis to kind of hold it, and I have a zip tie here and a zip tie here. So many zip ties on this car, but it doesn't move anywhere. So, oh no, oh, we're good, we're fine. All right, cool. So now I have easy access to the alternator. Yeah, see, check this out. All right, so brand new belt, right? There's nothing on it, right? On the grooves. That's what you want. Now if I rub the pulley, there's WD-40 and it's all like oily and greasy, so that's gonna cause it to slip. That's what I need to clean off. I'm gonna get some brake cleaner and I'm gonna spray it on a rag and kind of just go over the grooves on the pulley, clean it up real nice, go ahead and put the belt back on, and we should be in business, back to business. Alright, so we're back. So hopefully you guys can see a little bit better. I got some light on it, but this guy right there, that bolt, I'm gonna need to go ahead and loosen that so I can push this alternator forward, and then I should be able to go ahead and take the belt off and clean the pulley. So I'll get with it. Alright, so I just started it up and it was making squealing noises again. So I think what I did was I over tightened it. So I backed it off a little bit and let's see if it still squeals. Trial and error, folks. Trial and error. Hopefully trial and success. Still squealing. So I just thought of something. It may or may not work. I'm gonna pull the belt as close as possible to the alternator so it fits in that groove right there. What I'm thinking is happening right now is this side of the belt is rubbing up against that side of the pulley, and that's what's making it squeak. This may or may not work, folks. We'll wait to find out. Okay. So what I did was took the belt off again, and I moved it closer to this side of the pulley, closer to the alternator. Before, it was over here, and I have a feeling it was chafing up against the wall of the pulley, and that was making it squeal pretty bad. So let me see if this works. Go ahead and start it up. Hey, all right, folks, we are in business. There is no more squealing. That was the problem. The belt was over here on this side, rubbing up against the wall of the pulley. So I just moved it up closer to the alternator. And I actually think, in turn, by doing that, it straightened out the belt. Before, it was probably crooked. That's what you don't want. Go ahead, rev it up a little bit. Oh yeah, we're in business. No more squealing. Amazing. I was gonna take the car out, but I'm pretty hungry, so I think I'm gonna get something to eat before I do anything. I'm gonna go ahead and get this bumper back on. I think I've taken this bumper off and on like a million times already. It's crazy. Low car problems. So, yeah, buddy. like a glove. So, as some of you may know, I just kind of started posting stuff to my YouTube account. Mostly because we're going through this, quarantine thing, and I got a bunch of time on my hands, since unfortunately I'm not working at the moment. So I thought that, I'd try my hand at kind of learning new things and putting out some videos. I more or less kind of want to just document like my ownership of this car and what I do to it, kind of see how it progresses over time, kind of just for like my own little archive, if you want to call it that. Because you know how like you get a car and you do stuff to it and then you sell it and then like you miss it and you're like, oh man, I wish I still had that car. Well, I kind of want to just have those memories for when the time comes that I do sell this and I no longer have it in my possession. I want to be able to look back at videos and kind of just reminisce and kind of just take it in like that. So that's partly why I'm starting to kind of put out YouTube videos, and I'm also learning how to do some video editing with Shotcut. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that program, but let me take the zip tie out of my mouth. But Shotcut is a free to download video editing software for Windows. It might be available for Apple, but I have a PC, so I download the PC version. But yeah, I'm kind of just learning how to upload videos to that, and splice and add effects and overall just edit, because like I said, during this quarantine I kind of just want to come out of it with new skills and having learned something just to stay productive, because there's nothing worse than just sitting around all day and vegging out. And don't get me wrong, I still have those days where I just kick back and just Netflix it and watch YouTube videos and whatever, game it up. But I'm more of a have to be doing something hands-on type of person, so kind of going through the motions with doing some repairs and modifications to this car it's kind of keeping me busy, and two birds with one stone, it's a win-win. Keeping busy and I'm learning new things, because I'm no mechanic by a long shot, and there's no better way to learn than get on YouTube and search something up and develop a new skill, right? So that also leads me to another reason why I'm starting to post on YouTube, is I want to be able to help other people too that they may have questions or they don't know how to do something, and all they have to do is just kind of search it up, and then hopefully I can touch somebody with my video in a positive way. And it's kind of rough now, my whole video process of explaining what I'm doing and the steps involved, so it's kind of just like here and there. But over time, I'm sure if I put out enough content, I'll be able to kind of perfect that craft, in the sense where everything kind of flows smoother. It's not just all over the place. But for the time being, my videos are going to be really like random, and yeah, it is what it is, right? We all have to start somewhere.